guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and as you can see, I'm starting by applying some lip balm. I quickly continue to apply some primer, and with that I'm going to be using my Becca matte primer, and I'm just applying that around the areas where you need it, so around the pores, around my nose, and on my chin, but not directly on the nose. I feel like this product gets too crusty around that area, so I just want to keep it around the nose. I'm going to be applying my base, and for that I'm going to be going with the Power Fabric and the Lasting UV Silk Foundation, both by Armani, and I'm just pumping those on the back of my hands and spreading them all around my face, and going to be blending it out with my favorite Spectrum foundation brush. Now I'm just going in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and covering any pimples, redness, dark spots, things like that. Here's my nephew. I had to grab him because he was crying, but I'm just going to take my same foundation brush that I used to blend my foundation and buff in that concealer that I placed over my pimples and dark spots. And trust me, you guys, doing your makeup with one arm and one hand is not as easy as it looks. And per usual, I'm taking my Becca Under Eye Brightening Concealer, and I'm just going to be buffing that in with my finger. I usually use a brush, but today I was feeling the finger, mostly because I just got my acrylics off, and I was like so glad that I could blend out anything with my finger, and it just felt so good. Plus, the warmth of your finger kind of breaks it down a little bit. Taking that same NARS concealer, I'm going to be using it to highlight the usual areas that we would usually highlight, which is under the eyes, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, the forehead. And taking my lighter concealer, this is a Tarte Shape Tape, I'm going to be using that to highlight a little bit further. So taking that on the bridge of the nose and the chin, and right underneath that NARS foundation that I placed, just to brighten up the area a little bit above my cheekbone. And here I am goofing around with my nephew. We had some jams playing, so you know I had to dance really quick, and I let that Tarte Shape Tape sit for a little bit too long. I don't know why I let myself do that. But right before that dry ass formula set all the way, I had to grab my beauty blender to make sure I blended it out completely. Moving on, I'm taking my IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination in the shade Fair to set my under eyes and all over my face. Now, quickly to contour, I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and just contouring in the normal areas, the cheekbones, my jawline especially, my nose a little bit, and a little bit on my forehead. Oh my god, you guys, I had to include these clips. This little baby just kept crying. He was being so fussy. Such a spoiled little baby. Anyways, continuing, we're going to use the Anastasia So Hollywood to highlight. I'm taking my Bare Minerals fan brush. I'm just applying that on the cheekbones above my eyebrows. And then taking a smaller detailed brush by Crown Brushes. I don't know the name of it, but it's a teeny tiny mini fan brush. I'm going to highlight my Cupid's bow, my nose, and underneath my brows. Honestly, if you guys don't already own one, this mini fan brush has changed the game for me. Like, I love this little thing. It just gets right in the perfect crevices of your Cupid's bow and underneath the brow. It just gives you like the perfect amount of highlight. My simple eyeshadow look, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette in Shadow Couture, and I'm just taking Morocco in my crease with the big Sigma fluffy brush and just building that up until I like the intensity of the shade. Mostly keeping it rounded, but at the end you'll see that I do angle it a little bit when I bring it underneath my lash line. So like I mentioned, I am bringing that underneath my lash line to smoke it out a little bit, and I am keeping it rounded, but as you can see, I am winging it out a teeny tiny bit, but not blowing it out completely. To add some intensity, I did go in with the shade Fudge, which is just a little bit of a deeper brown, and I am using the brush that comes in the palette, so I'm just keeping it on the outer corners to add a little bit of darkness and smokiness. Next, for my favorite part, I am taking this beautiful shade in the palette called Metallic. My sister and I were comparing it to the new Rihanna Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife highlighter. The colors are extremely similar, except for the highlighter does have chunks of like glitter in it, and this shadow doesn't. But I'm just spraying my brush a little bit, and I'm applying that all over the lid, and I am going to bring it a little bit into the crease, but I am going to blend those colors together. Next, I just took Neor, which is just a black shadow, on this thin black angled brush to define my bottom lash line and my top lash line. I just stayed on the outer corners and mostly on the very ends of the eyes, just to elongate them a little bit and widen my eyes a little bit. My lashes, I'm going to be using Lily Lashes in the style of Goddess. I don't know why I showed you the empty box. I have no idea where they were, but those are the lashes that I put on in the next clip. Okay, ladies, lashes on. Now it's time for blush. And for blush, I'm going to be using MAC Melba. Although I can't read the name, I know that for sure that is MAC Melba because I use it almost every single day. It's one of my favorite blushes for my tone. It's extremely neutral, and that's what I love about it. So I'm just taking it on a very sparse, old, fluffy blush brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. I love this type of brush and these type of bristles for blush. Taking this stippling blending brush, I'm just blending my blush and my highlighter all together because I do feel like I get some harsh lines sometimes, so I just want to make sure that's perfectly blended. Okay, finally, now cleaning up my contour, I'm going to be taking loose powder. This is my La Mer powder, and cleaning up my contour because I have been called out for this before and I'm getting annoyed of it. So I'm just doing a teeny tiny bit because I don't like when it's super sharp at the bottom. To warm up my face a little, I'm taking my Bare Minerals bronzer. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I do believe that it's in the High Dive. This bronzer is discontinued, but I'm sure you can still find it on Amazon or eBay if you wanted to. Oh, here I go. This is the High Dive. This bronzer is awesome. For lips today, I use the Oak Lip Liner by MAC along with the Dose of Colors Desi x Katie collaboration lipstick in No Shade. So I actually lost the last clip of the video. I have no idea how that happened, but I did insert some photos to show you guys the end result. If you guys did enjoy this voiceover, please like and subscribe. Comment below more videos you'd like to see, and tell me if you guys like this voiceover thing. Thank you.